I never thought about the consequences. But who does when you're desperate? That's what I was. A desperate man. It all started 2 months ago when my wife was diagnosed with a rare cancer of the lungs. She didn't even smoke. The doctors didn't catch it in time and she was already in the late stages. Nothing they could do. We had been married only 3 years and now my only love was being taken away from me. I was prepared to do whatever it took to change things. That's when everything went to hell. I never left the hospital. I just sat there for hours, dying inside. I was sitting in one of the hospital's waiting areas when I met the man. He almost seemed to appear out of nowhere. I needed an answer. A miracle. Little did I know he had come to give me both. He had the kindest eyes I had ever seen. His glance spoke of love. It projected from it. I felt a divine presence before me. He told me to follow him to the chapel, so that's what I did. He said he understood my pain, and he could give me peace if I asked for it. I was oblivious to what he had meant by that. When I asked him to explain, he handed me a locket. He told me the locket had belonged to a wizard, hundreds of years ago. He told me that the locket would grant me a wish. At this point, I started to think that this poor guy was some mental patient from upstairs who had wandered into the waiting area. But I was desperate. Before I left, I asked him what his name was. He smiled through those bandages and told me to call him a friend. So that's what I did.
Remember, my friend, only a wish of the heart will be granted. Greed will only fail, but a wish of the heart will prevail.
I rushed back to the bedside of my dying wife. She looked so beautiful, and the ache attacked my heart. I felt the warmth and wetness of tears begin to fall down my cheek. I wanted this pain. Pain of death. The pain death causes both the dying and the ones who love them and have to suffer their death. Only a wish of the heart, he said. I wished that death didn't exist. That it had never existed. That people would never have to deal with the heartache of losing someone they loved. I held the locket in my hands and I wished it. But she did not stir. The man with the kind eyes had been crazy after all. Just some nut job from the psych ward going around handing out false hope to family members looking for miracles. I cursed him, and then I cursed God. Why had he done this to us? Why now? We were so happy. I believed that my wish had not come true. My wife still slept in pain. I thought it hadn't worked. But I was dead wrong. Scotty, wake up, man. What the fuck are you doing? We gotta get this guy out of here right now or he's a dead man. Do you understand me? Can't you hear him? He needs our help. Oh my God, get me the fuck out of here, you shitheads. It hurts so fucking bad. I don't want to die. Please get me the fuck out of this car. I need help. How's he doing that, Raj? How the hell is he doing that? How's he doing what, kid? How is he screaming like that? How the fuck can he be doing that, Captain? What's going on here? How can he be screaming? He's in pain, Scotty. Why the hell shouldn't he be screaming like that? Because, Captain, his brains are sitting in the back seat. Oh my God. Get me out of this car. It hurts. It hurts so bad. Oh God, the pain. The pain is killing me. Somebody help me. Is there anything you'd like to say, Mr. Gordon? I didn't kill my wife. You killed an innocent man. I love my wife more than anything in this godforsaken world. I'm innocent. Innocent. God be with you, my son. Hit the switch. Oh, God! It burns! It burns! Ah! It hurts so bad. Stop! Please stop! For God's sake, Stu, turn the switch all the way. He's feeling it. He's not getting enough juice. It's all the way up. I don't understand. It hurts so bad. Ah! He He's still alive. My God. That's impossible. This isn't real. You'll burn in hell for this. In hell! Oh, yeah!
Kill me! Please! Someone! Kill me!
As I sat on the floor of my wife's hospital room, I had no idea what horrors were taking place behind the walls. My wish had come true. Death no longer existed. No matter how severe the wound or the illness, people just would not die. The pain and shock of what was happening to these poor souls was too much for some of them to bear. They became violent, enraged, crazy. Violence broke out in the streets. People who should have been dead ran around in total agony and unleashed it onto others around them. The undying began to attack the living, in turn turning them into one of their own, and then the dead began to rise from the grave. I had wished death had never existed, and it held true. The dead came back to the world of the living. The world was falling apart. The dead and undying grew by the millions. Those who were lucky fled for sanctuary, gathering in churches, praying for survival. They believed that Judgment Day had finally arrived. It was like one of those classic zombie films, only in this story, no one could be freed of the pain. There was no death. They would never die. It would never end. It was all my fault. I had meant well. I was trying to save my dying wife from the pain of death, but instead I entrapped her into an everlasting life of pain and suffering. I had damned us all. I am the man who ended the world. I took the locket into my wife's room and I tried to make one last wish. I wanted to punish myself for my actions. I tried to do it myself. But I couldn't even punish myself. The bullets splattered my brains all over the hospital walls, but I lived on. My thoughts went back to the man with the bandages. Who had he been? The devil himself? Or something else? Did the devil really exist? How could he? He was made by God, and there could be no God if this could happen to us, his beloved human race. They busted into the room and rushed at me as if they knew I was to blame for their eternal misery. Their rage poured down on me like a rain of ripping claws and teeth. They tore at my flesh and my insides as if it brought them the only peace that was now available to them. And I felt every bite. The pain was unimaginable. I never thought about the consequences. I was a desperate man who tried to save his wife and ended up killing us all. Even in the bellies of the dead and undying, I still live.